Hi and welcome to my channel. My name is AJ and today I'm going to be reviewing Glass Sword by Victoria Aveyard. This is the second installment of her Red Queen series, so let's go ahead and get this review started. So this is what the cover of the book looks like. Very pretty, runs really well with the first book. I like how it has the glass crown and then it has the sword right here with the dripping blood. The tag for this book is kneel or bleed, which I think is very fitting for this book. And then on the back it says, "If I am a sword, I am a sword made of glass, and I feel myself beginning to shatter." This is a really good summary for the book. It details Mare's emotional state throughout the entire book. And so at the basically for the summary of this book is that in the beginning, Mare is reeling from 3 different things. The first thing is that she is now with the Scarlet Guard and they have captured Cal along with her. The second thing is that her brother Shade is not dead. He didn't die at the choke. He's actually there with the Scarlet Guard, and he is not only a red, he is a red and silver mix just like her. The third thing is of course that at the end of the previous book, she finds out that Maven, the person she's fallen in love with, even though he told her not to, has betrayed her and has betrayed Cal and has started this whole new world of mess. And so she's reeling from that, and since she found out that Shade is alive, she's also found out that there is more individuals like her. And so throughout this book they're going through a race to try to find as many of them as possible, because not only do they have the list of people because of Cal's uncle Julian making a list of them, Lara and Maven have a list also, have the same ones. And so they're trying to race the time to try to get them before Maven gets them and kills them, because that's what he's doing in this book when everyone he gets. And so at every one of the scenes where she finds the body, she finds notes from Maven. And she is, that is their interaction for majority of the book, is that, and she's reeling from that because it is twisting even further the love that she had for him. One of the problems that I did have with this book is that the continuation of Cal and Mare and their love interests together, I felt that it was more forced in this book because of, I know you see this in movies, it's because of circumstance, but if Cal was a repressed, brooding, hunky, stereotypical flat character, he's even worse now. Worse, because there's these moments where you see a flicker of what could be if Aveyard had actually given him more of a personality, but otherwise he's just as flat as he ever was. And so I couldn't get into the whole Cal and Mare love interest in this book. I just couldn't get it. Even though it was horrible and mean, I was still rooting for Maven and Mare. I know it's terrible, you're probably gonna hate me, but yes, I was rooting for them in this whole thing. I don't know why, even though Maven was killing a bunch of people, but I do like to root for the villain. So anyways, so we're having that throughout the series, and not the series but the book, and you have where you find out that Shade and Farley are together, and it is twisting her trust, Mare's trust in Farley, because Farley knew that her brother was alive the entire time. So she's just like, she's having trust issues. Back to the Cal and Mare issue, she knows that Cal has lived his entire life being a silver, because that's in fact, he is a silver. He is a burner, and he wants to go back to being a prince and ruling over, but he wants to make changes. And you can see it's not written in his personality, it's just through experiences that she's witnessed for him in those moments, because it's written in Mare's point of view. You have where he's like, oh, this is not good, we need to make changes, and he's trying to make those changes, but it is really difficult when you've lived your whole life a certain way, and she has too. So she, throughout this book, you seem to think that she's falling in love, but me personally, it's just like, also where she's doing what Maven did to her in the previous book, which was try to draw them in, but you can't really stand them, and then you're gonna flip and turn and betray them. So, but of course that doesn't happen. When you read the book, the twist on the end and the reason for the kneel and bleed is because we lead into what is the next book, and which is King's Cage. And I liked that she did a really good job of world building. We got to see more of the silver lands, and we also get to see more of the red lands, and how people live, and the different types of silvers that they have. I'm looking at because that's where my notes are. We get to meet some interesting main characters. We get to meet the Colonel, which is also Farley's dad, and also one of the head honchos for the Scarlet Guard. And he is kind of, for me, he's kind of like I like his character. He fits his role for the Scarlet Guard's purpose. You don't have to love him, but he is doing his duty. And he's a military man, so you know you have those military personality tropes in books. The next character is Cameron Cole. And Cameron Cole, I'm thinking about the next book for the next review, but for this particular book I'm going to be extremely kind, and that is, she is they find her, she's one of the silver red mixes, and she has the ability to stop, like she's like kind of like Bella, where you can't, like, she's a shield, but like Cameron is a shield that stops all silvers and silver red mixes together. She can stop their powers and prevent anything from happening with the use of their powers. So we meet her, and she's kind of like, at first I thought she was really annoying, but then I'm like, hey, you know what, I empathize with her storyline. She's just trying to find her brother. And so at this time in this book, I like her. She's a really good character. And for the overall plot, I give it a 4 out of 5 stars because there's just some instances, especially with the forced relationship between Cal and Mare, in my opinion, I don't like it. Sequel, of course, I read the sequel. The next one's King's Cage, and that'll be coming to you soon. But yes, I hope you've enjoyed this review, and until next time, bye!